You're welcome to the other side of the bridge, football channel. Yeah, Chelsea had a match yesterday against Leicester City, which we won by 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Mark Cucurella. But the subject of the matter isn't really about the match or the victory, which, hey, we're all proud that Chelsea was able to win this match. But we need to throw more light on, worrying times for our main player, our star player, star boy, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer started the league, like a house on fire once again, continuing from where he left off last season. But hey, I don't know, Cole Palmer seemed to have crashed and burned. Could it be, too many games? Could it be over-reliant or dependent on him? But it almost came at a time where we let João Felix go to AC Milan. Could it be there's no player to rival, or player vying for the same spot with him, so he's a bit relaxed? Could he be over-forcing things? Could it be something happening in his personal life? We'll go over a couple of these things, while we, understand and reflect on the player that Cole Palmer is. I don't want to use the word worse, because he's still a very, very good player. But something is wrong and we need to, try and figure it out a bit. So join me on the ride as we talk Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer came in from Manchester City, like we all know. One of the best players in England, or for England, in the last couple of seasons, maybe 1-2 seasons ago. And look, this kid has been phenomenal. He's been quite a revelation, with that killer left foot. But something is wrong this season, especially in the second half of the season. He's been struggling for goals, been struggling for assists. Last night he even missed a penalty, which is very, very, very unlike him. I'm not sure I've seen Cole Palmer miss a penalty before. Maybe he's missed a couple, but from the top of my head, I can't recall him missing one. And penalty misses are not new. Come on, even the best of the best, miss penalties. But that's not the issue. It's almost like, hey, his confidence is gone. He's overthinking. He's second-guessing himself, and this is why he got the nickname Cole Palmer, because nothing seems to faze him. He's always cool, calm, calculated. Whatever he seems to do or wants to do, always finds a way of pulling it out. His shots always seem like a pass to the net. He's a player like one we've never actually seen before, had before in football. But hey, like I said, something seems to be going wrong. He played the match against Copenhagen on Thursday in the UEFA Conference League, just to, get a couple of goals, possibly some assists, so he could kickstart his season all over again. But that also didn't seem to work out. Even in the match last night, he had to be replaced. I think in the 72nd minute, he was pulled out. Yeah, the coach said he had some diarrhea and all that, but hey, personally, if a player is sick, possibly leave him out, because he'll be doing more harm than good to the team. But Cole Palmer was able to, complete most of the game, 72 minutes in the game. So I feel he still had enough, to give his all. But hey, like I said, I'm not even going to go over the match against Leicester City, because Leicester City is 19th on the table. This is a match that we should, win comfortably, but we kind of had some roadblocks. The team isn't really, really, really gelling as well as they were in November, October period. Yeah, we're fourth on the table, but you can see how far we are from, first place. I think Liverpool is on 72 points with 29 games played. Yeah, we're still on 28 games, but we have no way in hell are we getting close to the league title this season. But can we say we've progressed? If we had continued on the trajectory we were at the beginning of the season, not really at the beginning, maybe the tail end of last year, possibly, yeah, we could say, we're progressing, but it's kind of a start-stop thing for Chelsea. Not really convincing display once again against Leicester City, which we had a full complement of our players, maybe except the likes of Nicholas Jackson. That brings me to Nicholas Jackson. Can we also say that Nicholas Jackson's absence is actually affecting Cole Palmer? Because they kind of, struck up this good partnership between them. And Jackson has a way of running to make way or make room for a midfielder, to take it running and taking away defenders. So Palmer has the opportunity to slot the ball, from distance. But hey, I'm not saying, that's the only reason, because he doesn't really seem to have the same chemistry with Christopher Nkunku. In fact, some are actually saying that Palmer hardly gives him the ball, or there's something kind of rift going on there. Well, hey, we can only propagate, but or rather, that's maybe just be propaganda or rumors, but we don't really know what's happening. But hey, this is someone that we need in this team. He really, really needs to get his acts right, whatever the reason is. If he needs to rest out a couple of matches, if he needs to go on a break, it could just be 1 week. I think Manchester United tried it with Jadon Sancho, gave him a 2 months break, and he came back. Well, I can't say he came back and was better, but for a player like Cole Palmer, I think is one that will be very, very deserved. So if we don't really have much matches that we can rest him in, we are no longer in the FA Cup, we're no longer in the Carling Cup. Obviously, we left that quite a long time ago. So even in the UEFA Conference League, we get into the business part of the competition, and I'm very, very sure every Chelsea fan is waiting or looking out for us to win that competition. So even the score line, for our last match in Copenhagen is very, very tight, 2-1. So can we be able to rest Cole Palmer? Who is going to play in his position if we do? Because if we bring Nkunku to the 10, who is going to play as a striker? Nicholas Jackson is, still injured. So it's really not looking good for the kid, but hopefully he gets out of his head. Hopefully he's able to handle the pressure. He's handled the pressure so far, in his career, being a young kid who came in from Manchester City with a lot of expectation, coming into a club like Chelsea. But he's handled it quite well. He's shown that he's way, way, way matured beyond or above his years. So hopefully, he gets his swag back, because this is someone that plays off confidence, and his confidence is quite low right now. And the coach really has a lot of work to do to build up his confidence again. We also want to say welcome back to Wesley Fofana. He started the match against Leicester City, where he played as a right back. There was no minutes for Reece James. I doubt if he's injured, maybe just to rest, because the last match he actually played in midfield. And Fofana didn't put a foot wrong. He played quite okay. I also want to give a honorable mention to Cucurella, popping up with a goal once again. Very, very lovely strike from midfield, almost reminiscent of the strike that Reece James, or the goal that Reece James scored against Copenhagen, but this time he used his left foot. Like I said, Cucurella seems to be the only one benefiting from this inverted fullback system, and he's coming up with a couple of goals, but it's also a cause for worry for me if we rely on our defenders to bail us out against a team like Leicester City that is sitting 19th on the table in the relegation spot. I mean, then there's serious cause for concerns. Hopefully we get our acts right, win the match against Copenhagen, coming up and qualify, for the semi-finals of the UEFA Conference League. And also we really, really need to, cement our place in the table. We're only 2 points, I think, away from Manchester City, which we know Manchester City is, they're going to find their footing again. So if we really want to, qualify for Europe, or rather qualify for the Champions League, because I'm not sure any Chelsea fan is interested in seeing us play in the Europa League. So if Maresca is able to qualify for the Champions League, I mean, that's a hell of a, he's done very, very well for himself and for the team. But this team is not yet buzzing, and more than half, 1.5 billion spent already, and we still can't say we have a solid team. And also a good display for Enzo Fernandez. Did quite well once again. I think he's really, really coming of age and taking up that responsibility as captain when he's given the badge. But even without the badge, I think Fernandez is really, really doing well for the club and doing well for himself. That's all from me. I'll see you once again in the next video. Hopefully this time around, Cole Palmer gets back to his perfect best. Do take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.